Oh, farewell, town. How close are we? We're only halfway there. Let's hope this town has some bridges built. A lot of these towns really are little hamlets. There's not much to them. They're mostly overgrown with wilderness. The wastelanders that live there can barely keep the wildlife out. Good, another town with bridges. Almost there. We might make it as the sun falls. Or at least in darkness. Drowsy, thirsty, hungry, but we can't give up yet. We will sleep in the castle if we can make it. And take care of all the rest of our needs there too. There it is. Oh, if I can even find it in the darkness here. There we go. Cannot travel through the fortress. That's fine. We're drowsy, thirsty, but we've made it to the keep. In the maroon fields here. And my only hope is that these people are friendly to us, because I don't want to have to fight an entire garrison of wastelanders here. Not with my gimpy leg right now. Can I sleep on the ground here? Yeah, I can. Cool. I didn't know that they would allow me to. Surprised they didn't kill me. Okay, we'll wait for just 2 hours. Enough for the sun to come up. And let's take care of our needs. Pond turtle, we'll eat that. Eat the rest of that. And drink some water. Hello, wastelanders. Up-and-coming hero here. Confederacy Prophet Emeralds at your service. Anybody? Maybe? Where's your vault at? Where's your goods at? I need a crutch. Rope reed. Ooh, pellets. I will take the iron pellets, all of them. Got a bucket, a pick, a quiver. I'll take that. Ooh, wow. Copper boot. Copper's not that good, though. I'd rather have bronze, so we'll take that bronze boot, that bronze boot. What else do we have here? Not that any of this stuff ever saves me or helps me. Exotic quiver. Anything else that I missed? No. And who are you? Lord Consort. A hardened individual who can call the wasteland a home. He is normal right now. As normal as a wastelander can be. And there's their leader. A lady. Well, hello, lady. Do you have any work for me? It is good to finally meet you. I am Celebrate Confuse Lights. How can I be of service to you? I'm looking for work, honestly. I am loath to send you on a hopeless quest to best foes beyond your ability and comprehension, though I do admire all you have done. Perhaps one of my subjects might be able to give you some work. Okay, then fine. Fine. I'm not going to talk to anybody else in there. If we recruit some people, I might see if they have any missions for us. Maybe they want to go slay a monster that had been killing their family or something. I don't know. Well, no Crutch, which is pretty dang sad for us. So, who are you? What do you have? A gunner. Well, let's recruit the gunner. Hello, friend. It is good to finally meet you. I am Siege Taper Deeps. Well, why don't you join me? Okay. Might as well. I've been wanting to go get some target practice out there on moving targets anyways. And a swordsman. He can provide protection for us too. I am Fanger Blush Martyrs. I make all the ladies blush with my finger. Who else do we have around here? Don't mind me being slow, guys. If you know where a crutch is, feel free to tell me. Wait, I can make a crutch, right? Crutch. Yeah, but I don't have... I need a knife. Well, I have a knife, don't I? Could have swore I started with a knife. Yeah, a copper knife. Take it out of my backpack then. So will it not... Does this create thing not actually use items that are in my backpack? Crutch, copper knife. And, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to remove all these items that I want to use. They have to be in your hands, apparently. I didn't know that. Oh, boy. So, that creates problems. Because I'm probably gonna end up with a bone in my hand as a weapon or something. Okay, crutch, copper knife, use a bone there. And, good, we've got a bone now. So, we'll put the quiver on. Let's remove my boots, or my junky shoes here. Wear the bronze ones. There we go. Now, how do I use a crutch? Interact with... There's nothing to do with it? There we go. I can stand up with the crutch. My speed is still slow. Well, that's good then. At least. I can stand up, and as I continue to walk with the crutch, I should get better with it, right? I think that's how it works. Anybody standing guard up here looking for work? You can feel free to leave your lord now. Or your lady, I mean. She said you guys could help me. Won't you join me? I will agree to travel with you. Glaze stinky incense or something like that. Okay, so we have 3 companions. I'm gonna get one more. And this is all we're gonna have. What is this? It's a dust storm. A dust storm is blowing in. What do we have there? Another swordsman? A hammerman? Nope. Go straight for the swordsman. Join me. I've always wanted to travel. Let's be off. I can't see this downstairs. Where am I at? Want to get down? We're gonna die in the dust storm. Can't even see myself. Go down, please. Don't have to resist. The stairs are right there. So yes, dust storms are all over the wasteland. I don't know what they do except make people nauseous and angry. Wait, where are they going? Come up here, guys. Oh, I'm kind of hesitant to name any of these people. Primarily because I don't think it will matter. But, because they're going to die soon anyways. But I guess that's half the fun. So, Siege, let's see. You can be Master Azra. There we go. Fanger, you're good with the ladies, so you can be Dion. Glaze, I don't know what you're good with. You can be Grimmeth. And Admire Trademead. You can be Chili Noodle. There we go. Okay, so next stop actually is to see what work these people have for us. Do you guys have any quests? Anything that I can help you with while we're here? I mean, we've got a great group assembled. Wait, why can't I... Oh, wait, that was me I was selecting. Okay, Dion, what do you have for us to do? Well, there is a particular outlaw that has been causing us much hardship. A guy named Fiendy Typhoons. He's a day's travel to the west. We could seek this place and kill him. A super mutant, that would be great. He's killed 5 of us so far. Well, I guess that is a job for us. So where are we going? All the way over there. We have to go through the Rapid Swamp, which I'm hoping is not evil. You can see my speed switching back and forth there. I'm dizzy still. I'll drink some water. Eat some Yao Guai meat, and... Actually, you know what? Drink the last of the water there, too. Did I? Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to fill up my water from a stinky, stagnant pool here and hope it doesn't kill me somehow. Yep. Stagnant water. Absolutely disgusting, but... it's better than dying of dehydration. At least you give your body a fighting chance. Well, houses... I don't know if I can pour out my water skin, so it's too late. This will have to do. What do we got? We should make it right at nightfall, guys. Is that... Wait, it's on the other side of this little dinky fortress here. Where is it at? A little bit further still? We've got to be getting close to it here. Huh, where is it? I'm looking for the cave or whatever it is we're supposed to be finding here. A camp? I just don't see it showing up. Oh, there it is on the other side of the river. I guess that we'll camp on this side of the river then. Camping by a river always ends up well for me. Probably be woken by bandits with a knife at my throat. But apparently not. We actually survived this time. So, down we go. So, Chili Noodle shouts, Grimmeth shouts, Dion shouts, everybody shouts. The flying iron bullet strikes the gecko. We're apparently going to fight a bunch of geckos here. I really hate having to cross this river. I may try to find another way around, because if I cross it myself, my teammates are dumb enough that they'll just stand on the other side 90% of the time. Grimmeth kicks the gecko in the left leg with his right boot. It bruises the bone. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Gecko claws Dion in the upper body, but he's got iron combat armor on, and the shot is deflected. Grimmeth kicks the gecko. Grimmeth, are you a monk? Huh. Dion counter-strikes, but misses. The gecko strikes at Dion, but the shot is blocked. Dion stabs the gecko in the right lower arm with the machete, tearing apart the muscle, opening a nerve. Grimmeth gets to hacking at it, hacks one in the left upper leg. The gecko falls over, and a gecko bites Dion in the right lower leg, bruising the muscle. It latches on. Another one strikes at Dion, but he blocks the shot. Another gecko claws at Dion in the right foot, tearing the muscle through his cotton fiber shoe. Dion emits a fierce scream and becomes enraged. I'm going to take another step. It's going to take me forever to get down there, though. Dion hacks the gecko in the lower body with all of his might, tearing the muscle and bruising the spleen. An artery has been opened up, and he's sprayed with warm gecko blood. He licks his lips. The gecko shakes Dion around by the right lower leg, tearing apart the right lower leg's fat and bruising the bone. A ligament's been torn. Grimmeth turns to the gecko and stabs it in the right upper leg with the bronze machete. Severing many nerves, the gecko falls over. Another gecko claws Dion, but a bunch of shots are deflected by his combat armor. Grimmeth is apparently extremely quick, too. He gets another attack and kicks the gecko in the right paw from the side. Dion is bit again, this time in the right lower arm. They're just tearing him apart. It latches on. A gecko claws Dion in the upper body, but his iron combat armor is there to save the day. Grimmeth strikes the gecko in the left upper leg with the pommel of his bronze machete, shattering the bone, and Dion strikes back but misses. The gecko shakes Dion around by his right lower arm and bruises the bone. An artery has been opened up, and many nerves have been severed. Dion drops his machete. Chili Noodle stabs the gecko in the right paw, and that gecko falls over. The gecko bites Dion in the lower body, bruising the muscle. It latches on. We're almost up here for the fight. There's more geckos coming from the south, though. Grimmeth hacks the gecko in the left lower leg, shattering the bone, severing many nerves, and we get attacked. A gecko claws us in the right lower leg, but it's deflected by the bronze boots that we stole. The gecko shakes Dion around by the right lower arm, bruising the muscle and bone. Another artery has been torn open. Dion's bleeding profusely. Chili Noodle stabs the gecko in the left claw from the side, shattering the bone and opening an artery, and Dion is attacked again twice. Apparently they have him pinned down on the ground right now, and they're just shaking him around, his arms, his legs, his lower body. Grimmeth hacks the gecko in the right upper leg, severing the artery and many nerves. Chili Noodle stabs one in the right lower leg. The gecko shakes Dion around by the lower body, tearing apart his muscle there and spitting out a chunk of fat. Grimmeth hacks one in the right lower arm, opening an artery on that one, severing many nerves, and Chili Noodle steps up and stabs the gecko in the upper body from the side, tearing the muscle and bruising the liver. Another gecko bites Dion and latches on. We jump back from the gecko attack. Gecko shakes Dion around in the lower body, tearing apart the body's skin and fat, and Dion gives into the pain. Another one bites Dion in the head, latches onto his skull. Man, poor Dion. Apparently he's not going to see us. He's not going to survive long enough for us to make it over to the super mutant and avenge his friends. Chili Noodle stabs the gecko in the right lower leg. The gecko claws Dion in the head, but it's deflected by his bronze helm. Grimmeth quickly and hurriedly stabs a gecko in the right claw, severing an artery. Another gecko claws Dion in the head. They're all going for headshots now because he's unconscious. Chili Noodle hacks the gecko in the left paw, opening an artery, and since we dove back, we can't attack this turn either. We step forward, the gecko gives into the pain, we grunt as we lunge forward with our crutch under our arm, using all of our strength to get into the fight. Grimmeth hacks the gecko in the lower body from the side. His machete lodges in its wound. Gecko bites Dion in the head and latches on. It shakes him around, tearing apart muscle, and an artery in his head has been torn open. It shakes Dion around by the right lower arm. Another artery and many nerves have been severed. He is laying in a pool of his own meat and gore at this point. Grimmeth twists his bronze machete around, and the gecko shakes Dion around by the head again, tearing apart the muscle. Another artery has been opened. A flying iron bullet strikes the gecko in the left upper leg, shattering the bone and chipping the hip. A tendon's been torn for them. Chili Noodle and Grimmeth continue to stab, and a gecko bites Dion in the head once more, tearing apart the skin and bruising the muscle. The only thing saving him is his bronze helm, otherwise they surely would have nommed on his brains by now. Chili Noodle stabs the gecko in the left lower arm, and that gecko gives into the pain. Geckos keep continuing to claw at Dion there, and I think the first or the second gecko here has finally been killed. Grimmeth stabs the gecko in the head directly, piercing the brain. The gecko screeches for a split second and then falls over dead. So, let's see. We have one gecko that we can attack. We're going to take the attack. It's down on the ground. We might as well finish it. We slash the gecko in the head, spilling its brains onto Dion there as he's trapped under its weight. The gecko is struck down. Chili Noodle hacks the gecko in the upper body, piercing the lung. The creature vomits and screams. Gecko shakes Dion around by the head again. Another artery's been opened up. Grimmeth stabs the gecko in the tail. Gecko grabs Grimmeth by his second finger. And Chili Noodle strikes a gecko in the lower body, but the attack just glances off of its slimy skin. Two more geckos latch onto Dion's head, one onto each ear. And finally, Dion gives in to the bleeding and is torn apart by the geckos. Those bastards. Grimmeth hacks one in the right lower leg. One gecko falls over. The gecko strikes at Grimmeth, but he blocks the shot. And one bites Grimmeth in the left upper leg from behind, getting a sneak attack in. It latches on firmly. Chili Noodle hacks a gecko in the right upper leg from behind and severs nerves in that gecko's legs. Okay, we got to step forward here. A gecko charges at Chili Noodle, but he blocks the shot. They collide and tumble backwards. Grimmeth blocks a gecko bite, and then hacks the gecko in the upper body with his return blow, piercing and bruising the lung. The gecko begins wheezing. The gecko grabs Chili Noodle by the tough leather shoe with its upper arm, trying to throw him down to the ground. Grimmeth stabs the gecko in the right upper arm, severing a sensory nerve, and Chili Noodle blocks a shot. So we've got a couple geckos here. There's a normal strike, very square on its head. We're going to slash at it. We slash the gecko in the head from the side, getting a terrible blow on it. We shatter the skull and tear apart the brain. An artery has been opened up. A tendon's been torn. The gecko's been knocked unconscious and falls down, dead. Grimmeth hacks a gecko in the right upper arm, tearing apart the muscle, and Chili Noodle dusts himself off and stands up. The gecko charges at Chili Noodle again, sensing his moment of weakness. He's surprised, and the gecko claws Chili Noodle in the right upper leg, bruising the muscle through his leather pants. They collide at full speed, and they tumble over. Grimmeth is clawed by a gecko, tearing apart the muscle in his right hand, and he drops his machete. No, Grimmeth! You can't lose your weapon. Grimmeth strikes the gecko in the right upper leg with his shield, bruising the muscle. And apparently Chili Noodle has combat armor on too, and that deflects the blow. Grimmeth strikes the gecko again with his copper shield. His hand is numb, his sword hand is, his machete hand is, but he's still bashing and pummeling them with his shield, over and over and over. Another gecko steps up. Let's see. That one's unconscious, so we'll go for this one that's still awake. Right upper leg, easy strike, fairly solid. Let's slash at it. We slash it in the right upper leg, tearing apart the muscle. The gecko falls over. Chili Noodle is clawed in the upper leg and gets a bruise mark on it. Grimmeth strikes one in the upper body, bruises the scales. Chili Noodle stands up again, and another shot is fired. It strikes the gecko in the right upper arm from the side, chipping the bone and chipping the shoulder bone. The iron bullet lodges in the wound, and Grimmeth strikes a gecko with his shield. Good deal. Still pummeling them there. I'm going to try to go for a tricky headshot here. We slash the gecko in the head, tearing apart the muscle and tearing apart the upper spine's nervous tissue. Yes! Our hacksaw lodges in the wound, and a gecko regains consciousness as this one is about ready to die here. Grimmeth continues his pummeling, Chili Noodle continues his pummeling, and it looks like we might have this under control. Let's see, I'm going to strike him in the upper body. We miss. Chili Noodle hacks the gecko in the left arm, shattering the bone. The gecko tries to bite at him as it hisses, but it misses. And the gecko does, however, take Chili Noodle down by his shoe, finally getting a sweeping blow on him. Chili Noodle, however, quickly stands back up. And, let's see, we'll hack at his arm. We strike him in the right arm with the bronze shield, bruising the muscle. Wait, I want to... That's right, gain possession of my hacksaw. We struggle for the hacksaw when we regain possession of it. The gecko strikes at Chili Noodle, but he blocks it, and Chili Noodle stabs the gecko in the left claw, severing many nerves. Someone else fires an iron bullet. It hits the gecko in the lower body, bruising the muscle, and ripping through him, leaving a basketball-sized hole on his backside. The gecko is stunned for a brief second, looking down, and then falls over dead. Lower body, let's hack at him there. We slash him in the lower body, bruising the guts. The gecko vomits and finally gives into the pain and is dead. So, unfortunately, we lost Dion here. I'm going to take his armor and wear it. Thank you, Dion. Your death will not be in vain. Take his helm, wear that. He also had a bunch of coins, too. Actually, I did not want the pouch. I need to drop some stuff that I don't need here. Let's see. Okay, I don't need the pouch. I'm gonna keep the chitin. I don't need the shoe. Don't need that shoe. I guess that will be good. Let's see. The bronze machete, I wish I could... This is another sad thing. Seeing as how Grimmeth has lost his weapon, he will never have another weapon, because NPCs, as far as I know, you can't equip them, and they don't ever pick up any more items. So, how about we pick up the gold coins here? Yes, 6 of them. That's all that I want. Another gecko approaches from the south, no doubt drawn by the smell of blood here. We're gonna butcher the gecko corpse. Why not? Because I want the scales, the skull, and I guess that will be good. I don't want anything else. Okay, let's take on the gecko. The gecko claws Chili Noodle in the right lower arm and leaves a bruise on him. Chili Noodle laughs and isn't even fazed. He hacks the gecko in the right claw, severing some tendons. The gecko bites Chili Noodle in the right hand, tearing the muscle through the chitin right mitten. It latches on. Chili Noodle hacks it in the tail in return, and they charge and stumble together, falling backwards. Chili Noodle drops his machete. The gecko shakes Chili Noodle around by his right hand. Well, there's 2 of my companions who have now been de-weaponized. The gecko charges at him, and Chili Noodle is knocked over. The gecko jumps away from the flying bullet. 2 more geckos from the south. Holy crap, we are going to die. There are a lot of geckos here. The flying iron bullet strikes the gecko in the left upper arm, tearing the muscle. We again try to charge back into battle, but we're so slow with our crutch here. Hey, there's Master Ozra. We haven't really seen him. I'd almost forgot about him. He must be the one back there firing shots, right? The gecko charges at us. It claws us in the right upper leg, bruising the muscle. We collide and tumble backwards. The gecko bites Master Ozra in the lower body, bruising the muscle and the stomach. They collide and tumble backwards. The gecko claws Master Ozra in the left arm. And again... Wait, I do have a gecko on top of me. Let's see. Easy strike on the tail. There's a strike on the toe, another toe. More toe strikes. I think I'm gonna go for a tricky headshot here. We attack the gecko, but it jumps away. The gecko bites Master Ozra on the left lower leg and latches on. A gecko stands up somewhere. Master Ozra is clawed and is being torn apart by numerous geckos. I get bit in the head. It bruises the muscle and the gecko latches on firmly. I am being surrounded here. So who do we have here? There's Master Ozra. He is all beat up. It's just me and Master Ozra down here. There's Chili Noodle running away, I think. He's had enough. There's Grimmeth. He has had enough. This isn't what they signed up for. And I don't blame them. Run, fools! Save yourself! It's a gecko stampede! We miss the gecko, because we're dying here. We can't keep it together. The gecko shakes us around by the head, tearing apart our fat. It claws Master Ozra, but it's deflected by his body armor. The gecko releases his grip on Master Ozra's arm, and I break the gecko biting me in the head. Break his grip. We counter strike but miss. And let's see. Easy strike lower body. We missed that one too. The gecko bites Master Ozra and latches on. We get bit in the left foot. Master Ozra deflects a whole bunch more blows with his armor. Thankfully. We go for another upper body strike. But we miss. Because, of course, I couldn't actually hit anything when it matters. No, that would be asking too much. Master Ozra breaks the gecko's grip. And gets jumped on and bit by two more geckos that latch on. The gecko claws me in the right upper arm, but it's deflected by the combat armor. An artery has been severed in somebody in Master Ozra's leg, I think. Okay, left paw. Let's go for a foot shot here. We slash it in the paw, severing an artery and many nerves, and the gecko falls over. Master Ozra breaks the gecko's bite on his left hand, and Master Ozra loses his rifle. The gecko locks Master Ozra's right hip with its claw and begins wrestling him to the ground. The gecko claws Master Ozra in the left hand. This is all going very badly. Let's see. I never have any good shots. There we go. And a lower body normal and square. We slash him in the lower body from behind, tearing the muscle and bruising the stomach, but unfortunately not spilling the guts. Gecko shakes Master Ozra around by the right lower arm, tearing apart muscle and bone. Another gecko latches on. Gecko claws me in the lower body from behind, but it's deflected. Master Ozra tries to punch a gecko, but misses. It squirms out of the way before he can land a blow. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's bring them down to my level. There's a right paw, normal strike. We miss, but it rolls away. The gecko claws Master Ozra over and over and over, leaving bruise marks, bite marks, and blood marks. He's laying in a pile of his own blood at this point. Damn you, Grimmeth! Damn you, Chili Noodle! Could have at least finished us off. Let's see. Yep, there's Master Ozra. Cut open, bruised, bleeding all over his head. He's in extreme pain. Probably going to be mortally wounded soon. Easy strike, fairly solid. We slash at it. Tearing the muscle and bruising the pancreas and arteries been opened, and Master Ozra bleeds to death. Well, at least Grimmeth and Chili Noodle will get away. Our deaths won't be completely for nothing. Unless, of course, the geckos chase them down, which they probably will do. Gecko claws us in the right hand from the side, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone. And I drop my knife. And I drop my hacksaw. And we are fucked. I counter-strike but miss. Can I pick up my hacksaw here? Yes. I pick it up and put it right in my backpack, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to pick it up and put it in my hand, which is where it would be useful. So, gecko here. Upper body easy. Oh, my arms don't work. Okay, we're gonna headbutt it. We try to headbutt the gecko but miss. It releases its grip on us, and they just begin pummeling us and tearing us apart. You better run over there, Chili Noodle. I see you thinking about coming back. And finally we're deceased. We've been struck down as it kicks us in the head, jamming the skull through my brain. But shouldn't really be surprised. And the geckos will begin hunting down Grimmeth and Chili Noodle there. So yeah, this will probably be the last adventurer character that I do for a while. until I start up the full playlist. I'll do one quick fortress after this. The next video will be a real quick fortress. It might last like actually 2 or 3 hours, so it'll be several videos long, but I'm not going to do anything real fancy with it. We'll just get a few named dwarfs in there, or vault dwellers, and see how long we can last before the inevitable siege or deathclaw or gecko parade shows up to ruin everything. So, we'll see you then.